Hi everyone, welcome to today's reading. I did an offline reading yesterday, and when I picked up the deck randomly, that Ace of Wands that has been showing up was at the bottom of the deck again, and I wish I'd recorded it. Sorry for not being able to share that, but the Hierophant came out as quite important. It came out twice in the reading, and now that I'm starting another reading, pull the deck and the Hierophant at the bottom, so I think I'm gonna follow my instincts and record this time. So I'm not sure what message is gonna come through, but what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go through the bottom of the deck here, see what's here, and then decide what spread to pull and see if we can get a clear message on this. So the Hierophant came out in the sense that this idea of a connection that is developing or solidifying. Also, swirling around that connection is the idea that someone or maybe both people are getting to the higher level that this Hierophant can represent. Another kind of tangential storyline was kind of going back to that King and Queen of Wands soap opera, the idea of the Hierophant being a source of authority. So I don't know if in some older decks, the Hierophant is called the Pope. There's this idea of going to this figure to get not just advice, but a declaration about something. So that question of legalities between people, between a couple, it's coming across as. That was there as well. So I'm not sure which storyline, maybe one, both, all three will come out again. So we'll see. All right. Hierophant is crossed by the Chariot. Yeah, the Chariot came out yesterday as well. Yeah, I'm so regretting not recording that reading now. The Chariot came out with the Emperor as the final outcome, this idea of the Emperor. A balanced Emperor drives the Chariot, right? This idea that something is shifting, like big time though. The Chariot is a card of direction that's married to like this very determined energy, right? I'm going to get to where I'm going, right? So someone's making a decision, it seems like, to move forward, or they're poised to make a decision to move forward. Here we have a Page of Pentacles. It's kind of a small energy after these two cards. And it's not really a card of action so much. Sometimes it can be the page bringing in an offer of some kind. So maybe that's what's happening. Maybe this is the first step in whatever journey this Chariot is going on. This page here is looking at something though. This is the card of the student. Somebody is, remember I said they're poised to move forward? I didn't get, as powerful a card as this is, even with the Emperor, I didn't really get a strong impression that someone was actually moving forward. It's more like they're thinking about it, yeah. I think it's this page energy, looking at their situation, looking at what's happening, what might happen, studying the situation. I think that's what's happening now. Yeah, and this is a situation. This has been coming up for everyone in this situation. No matter what storyline resonates, this idea of someone having to move on is here. Moving from rough waters to calm waters, Six of Swords. This card has been consistent. Yeah, this or the Eight of Cups, the idea that somebody has to just move forward. And so if you're, no matter which part of the story you resonate with, this energy applies to you. Think about the ways in which you need to change your life and the things you need to leave behind or what you need to head towards. Yeah, another six here with the Six of Cups. So the past is important. I think there's something in the past that needs to be examined. This can be a card of nostalgia, and sometimes that can keep people stuck, right? You remember the good times. It wasn't all bad. These aren't like, the worst people in the world. Maybe we can fix things, right? And maybe you can, right? But I think be careful that this energy of studying and looking at the past doesn't get you stuck there, right? Yeah, this sun here to me, it's less about this past energy kind of settling. I'm getting change off of this. I don't usually get that off of the sun, this idea of success. And the reason I'm getting change is that something has to happen before the sun comes in. I'm not sure what that is, but it's dealing with the past in some way, right? Dealing with the past in some way. I'm not sure exactly what that means yet, but we'll get to it. We'll get to it. All right. So I didn't shuffle too much. So bear with me while I try to mix the cards up really well and try to get a clear message. Because I can feel that something is trying to come through and I'm not sure what it is. Because the reason I pulled on that Ace of Wands and it ended up being a very long reading. So maybe even then it wouldn't have been the best one to share, right? Not quite right for this format. Is that there's something about that Ace of Wands, that new beginning that's been showing up that I think I'm missing, right? There's something that I think I'm not quite getting, right? And the Hierophant came out twice and now it's here, right? So I think I'm getting closer to whatever it is that I'm not seeing, that I'm missing, that isn't coming through clearly maybe. So I think what's happening is there are multiple points of view, and maybe I'm emphasizing the wrong one. Maybe this Ace of Wands, there's some aspect in one of the storylines that maybe I need to get back to and to think about and to clarify and to get that message out. I can't quite put my finger on what that is, right? And that's how this goes sometimes, you know. It is about intuition, right? And we can't see everything all at once, right? These things come out in chapters, you know, these stories come out in chapters sometimes. And it just takes a while for the whole message to get through. So what I'm trying to do here today is wrap this up. I know it's not up to me, but that's my goal, right? Especially this King and Queen of Wands thing, right? Like, I kind of want to wrap that up, get some kind of firm conclusion about it, right? Get some kind of firm conclusion. Like, the way the Hierophant came out yesterday is if you're resonating as the third party in that King and Queen of Wands soap opera, you come through as the Queen of Cups or the Empress. It's looking like these people are going to choose to stay together and keep that facade up, but it's happening. The situation is changing in the sense that Queen of Wands cannot take control the way she wants to. So I think the phrase I used yesterday was she can get her wedding, but she will never get that King of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. So if they get married, say they're not married and they do get married, there's going to be some kind of an ironclad prenup, right? That's attached to that. So yeah, because the Queen of Wands came through as having like a huge level of disappointment. Yeah, so I think when I clarify, I'm going to end up using this deck because the Five of Cups came up as very important. There's a heavy disappointment energy. Yeah, so the message is trying to come through again. Right? The message is trying to come through again. So I'm going to try and hopefully pin down what's trying to get out. There's something that just isn't quite coming through clearly, and hopefully today we can get to the bottom of what that is, right? Because it's important. There's a reason it keeps flashing like a neon sign, right? There's a reason it keeps flashing like a neon sign. And we need to stop and take a look, maybe from a different angle, right? Okay, so I think I'm gonna pull a Celtic cross today, more general, and see if that can help us get to the bottom of things. Three of Wands, this idea of gathering momentum in some way. So this is that kind of like theme I like to look for. There is gathering momentum. There's here with the Six of Pentacles a sense of trying to maybe balance things. And here's that King of Wands. I'm not surprised to see this person, right? I'm here with the Queen of Cups. So this is becoming undeniable, right? That this King of Cups, his Ace of Cups, he wants to give it to this Queen of Cups, right? He does, right? So if you're resonating as this person, You are who this man wants to give his Ace of Cups to. But he can't make a decision, right? This energy of indecision just keeps coming up. And so I would caution anyone like not to run away with this and start celebrating when you see this. This person cannot make a decision, right? It's yeah. This person can't make a decision. And it's frustrating to pull on, right? It's frustrating to pull on. And I think it's probably frustrating for those of you who are dealing with this situation, right? Yeah, there's that Ten of Cups that's been coming up, this idea of this kind of false image, this facade that King and Queen of Pentacles, I beg your pardon, King and Queen of Wands put up. I think that's an important Freudian slip because King and Queen of Pentacles are usually married, right? They're the husband and wife card of the deck. And remember I said I think these people are going to double down on this, right? They're going to double down on this. For a lot of you, they're going to double down on this. If they're not married, they will get married. If they are married, they're going to do something that solidifies their relationship. I'm not sure what that is. For a lot of you, someone's going to double down on this. Yeah. And so here's this energy of the Fool. So in the sense of those people who choose to double down, they're going to be starting a new major cycle, right? That world energy has closed out whatever is supposed to happen here, right? And they're going to start a new cycle literally as a fool, though. You're supposed to elevate here, right? And be at a higher level. That's not happening. So if that King and Queen of Wands stay together, they're going to run through similar problems, similar issues, the same lessons, but it's all going to be much more intense. And those towers I've talked about that have been falling they're just going to keep striking. And it keeps striking. Yeah, and I think, remember I keep saying this Three of Cups means, who do I reconcile with? Yeah, that this decision has been made just by not choosing. Yeah, there's somebody in this circumstance for everyone who's watching who refuses to make a decision. And the status quo energy, I think, for most people ends up holding. And there's that Ace of Wands, right? There's this Ace of Wands, and this is very important. What I was saying yesterday, I really wish I'd recorded that reading, oh my goodness, is that the burdens in this relationship, this Ten of Wands, it breaks to an Ace of Wands. And that King and Queen of Wands just always restart the same cycle. There was something different in the energy this time, right? There was an opportunity for things to shift. And they kind of have, because like I said, that King of Wands seems to have taken back a bit more control. So I guess it's kind of shifted, but it was bigger than that, right? There was an opportunity to start a completely new cycle in completely new circumstances. That's not being taken advantage of. The Ace of Wands is going to end up right back at the same Ten of Wands, right? The same Ten of Wands, right? So this Ten of Cups is the overall energy for the reading I'm about to pull. And so let's see why we're here, right? What's the issue? Yeah, holding on. Didn't I say things are not going to change, right? Four of Pentacles, the Miser card, holding on to something that it's time to let go of, right? What's the challenge here? Yeah, boundaries. The Queen of Swords. I think this has two meanings here. The first is between that King and Queen of Wands, they have their swords up to each other. They're gonna stay together, but it's gonna be in this energy of almost enmity, right? And for the people on the outside, you need to set your boundaries. Right? There's a Page of Swords at the end of the most recent weekly reading that, if you watch the extended, the conclusion I draw is that you need to keep your distance from whatever is happening. This mess is going to spin out, right? People need to put their boundaries up, right? And stay at a distance, right? Don't get taken down by whatever happens here. Don't get taken down by it. What's at the crown of the reading? Three of Pentacles. Yeah, the idea again of who to reconcile with. Yeah, the practical pentacle-based way of looking at things, yeah, that's what's winning out here. The cups aren't winning, the pentacles are winning, at least up in somebody's head, right? I think that this applies to that king and queen of wands. They have like some kind of business arrangement. Like they're not in love with each other, but they think they can benefit each other, or they used to, right? I think what's happening and why things are shifting so much is that what the Queen of Wands was supposed to bring to this relationship, she has not been able to deliver, right? But they're kind of in too deep now, right? And so for practical reasons, they're just gonna stick together and try to, like, I don't know, last and hold things out. Root of the reading is this Five of Swords. I'm not surprised to see this. Win at all costs. Like the battle is still raging. That's what this King of Wands doesn't understand, right? He has taken back more control. He's gonna always be fighting this woman. Always. Right? And this is why I say keep your distance, right? The longer this goes on, right? The clearer it's gonna become that this Queen of Wands cannot deliver on the practical things she was supposed to bring to this relationship. There's something this man expected her to be able to contribute. I don't know exactly what that is. It's different for different people, right? Like maybe she has a background in his industry or something. Maybe her family has certain kinds of connections that they were supposed to be able to take advantage of. I don't know, right? But whatever she was supposed to be able to deliver, it's much, much smaller than she promised, right? And I get the impression that it's kind of withering away, right? So this battle is going to keep raging, right? For control. Win at all costs. Who's going to suffer complete defeat? Who's going to suffer humiliation? Who's going to have total victory, right? Yeah, very, very, very important. Stay away from this. Stay away from it. I usually say I can't tell people what to do. I'm gonna break that rule here and say, like, if the message is coming through very, very strongly, like stay away from this, stay out of it, right? Do everything in your power not to get dragged into whatever this is. Whew. Recent past, Ten of Swords. This came up as well in the reading yesterday, which I wish I'd recorded. Oh my goodness. It showed up with this Five of Cups, clarifying, how the Queen of Wands is behaving in the 3D, right? Very, very disappointed, right? Feeling betrayed because something has happened where that King of Wands has done something that is making this person angry, right? This Queen of Wands is not getting her way, right? This ten of Cups is gonna stay in place, right? But the control that she used to have, it's not the same. Something there has shifted. All right, what's in the near future? Nine of Swords, man. Just more like the nightmare card. This is all turning into a nightmare. And so that message again of stay out of it, do not get pulled into whatever this is. Do not let it affect you. Don't let it infect your life. Just stay out of it. Stay out of it. So what's in someone's ego here? Wow. King of Swords, right? So remember I said that one of the meanings of that Queen of Swords is that there's going to be a lot of enmity between that King and Queen of Wands. Yeah, this King and Queen of Swords, this is them. When this pair shows up, right, it's a couple that's always fighting. It can mean divorce sometimes, right? I don't get that energy. I just get a lot of hostility between those people. A lot of swords are out, man. A lot of swords are out here. Wow. What's in someone's environment? Another sword, Ace of Swords. The truth is being told. This has come out very clearly, right? That there's some very important truth that comes out every time that Queen of Wands makes one of her usual plays. Something happens and the truth about what's happening gets revealed. And that energy is holding. right? And that's why the swords are up. It's the truth comes in and somebody comes in with their sword to try to parry it, right? And then there's a battle that takes place. They're like fencing all up and down their house, always arguing. And a lot of lies have been told and they're being exposed, right? Hopes and fears. The tower. Didn't I say the tower is going to keep striking? There's a way this king of wands who's here now as the king of swords wants this all to come down. So that's the hope. But fears it more, and that's why he's going to stick with it, right? Fear is starting over more than he hopes for it, right? Fears it more, right? Potential final outcome. Didn't I say that a decision is not going to be made, right? The Two of Swords, right? This person cannot make a decision. What's happening is he's sitting here in this Two of Swords. In a way, these two swords are two aces of swords, right? Because what's come through is that a lot this Queen of Wands, who's here as this Queen of Swords, is a very skilled manipulator and a very skilled liar. And the best lies always have some element of truth in them. So there's a truth here that's being misused in some way, right? It's being used to manipulate, and then there's the real truth, right? And this King of Swords didn't used to be able to tell the difference. He can now, right? Because the real truth has been told consistently over the past few months, right? Still can't make a decision, right? Still can't make a decision, still stuck. So, yeah. So for people who are watching, sorry to disappoint, right? But this Ten of Cups is going to cover this all up, right? These two are going to agree in most situations, maybe not everybody, but that's the way it's been coming through. They're going to agree to maintain this, right? They're going to agree to maintain this. So I'm gonna extend this, right? I'm gonna extend this and I'm gonna clarify. I'm gonna think a bit before I do that, just on exactly which cards I want to clarify and how, right? So thanks so much for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks again for my new subscribers who are coming in. I appreciate it. I'm enjoying this journey on YouTube, and I hope you'll stick with me. All right, thanks so much.